By Monday morning, half of Cape Cod had seen Louis crouched behind a mailbox in dark sunglasses, scribbling in a pocket notebook. He had no case at all. 3 detective movies and 4 hours of sleep had convinced him he had found his calling. At breakfast, he tapped the table and declared, "Criminals are predictable." Then he launched Bean's Investigations. Before lunch, Louis taped a sign in a shop window. Bean's Investigations, discretion, results, cash preferred. He bought a notebook, borrowed a magnifying glass, and wore sunglasses even inside the diner. Then luck rescued him. While pretending to inspect suspicious tire tracks, he learned a bicycle was missing, spotted mud on a kid's sneakers, followed the trail behind the bait shop, and found the bike by sunset. By sunset, the town was buzzing about Louis Beans, private detective, and Louis responded exactly wrong. He raised his price from $20 to $60, added emergency rates available, and started speaking in narrowed-eyed riddles. To Frank, he warned that success created enemies. To Randy, he insisted every innocent face was a mask. By Wednesday, he was investigating people who had never hired him. Everything broke apart fast. Louis followed a fisherman to the post office, the grocery store, then back to the post office because the man had forgotten stamps. He hid behind a newspaper rack and knocked over a gum display. He watched a schoolteacher buy peaches and filled his notebook with lines like, "Subject opened garage. Subject closed garage. Subject suspiciously normal." Soon half the town asked the same question. "Why is Louis following me?" Randy filed a complaint. Frank joined as head of surveillance, whispering nonsense through binoculars like, "Target is carrying a bagel. Possible handoff in progress." Together, they stalked a dentist, a plumber, and one baffled tourist. The disasters piled higher. Frank walked into a signpost. Louis hid behind trash cans that rolled away. Someone scrawled "Stop investigating me" on his office sign, and someone else added "Please." Then, at dusk, beside a White House, Louis crouched in a row of bushes, notebook ready, sunglasses on, until a resident stepped onto the lawn and asked, "Why were you hiding in my bushes?" Louis stood, brushed off the leaves, and said, "I was gathering evidence." "Evidence of what?" the resident asked. Louis checked his empty page. "I'm still working on that." The complaint stayed, the sign came down, but by week's end Louis was studying bounty hunting, convinced the town had panicked too early.